You don't want me to be. You don't want me to be the president because I'm going to take the most highest salaries in the world. It's going to be the garbage man and the teachers. Yeah. Because those are the two most important. So, like, you want America to be great again? Let's get educated. Racism is going to be against the law. You can't be racist in my. There's too many different people from everywhere. How you going to be racist? You can't be racist here. Go to another country. Touching, feeling, hurting, anything to a child, death. Let me explain why. We have volcanoes. Why are we not using them? Throw their ass in a volcano.
Listen, salute to Leslie Jones, and welcome to Everything Is Podcast with your boy CT Chitty Bang and Chris the Most High. Chris, what's going on, brother?
Hey man, I can't agree more. Throw them niggas in a volcano.
I'm 100% on board with her, man. Honestly, we kicked it off with that because sometimes the most sensible things comes through a joke. Sometimes the most logical things come through a joke, um, and listen, man, we're here to give some social commentary and laugh a little bit tonight, because we are talking about some racial topics. And you saw in that clip, she said in her world, if she was president, she would outlaw racism. There would be no racism. And I think that's logical, you know? But in this real world we live in, I think people have are, intentionally getting paid to be racist. So I think we gotta get into the topic of conversation when it goes to this dude they call Chud the Builder, right? He's been involved in a little bit of a controversy. It's been going viral all last week. I'll try to stay away from him because I don't like always talking about the race issue in America. I don't like always giving this guy or these people like this attention or but he asked for it, and he sure got what he asked for. So we have a video that we do want to show y'all. We're going to comment on as it pertains to the situation going on with him. Apparently, he has now been charged with attempted murder due to a situation he was, provocateur in. Before we get into that, Chris, you got anything to say?
Well, one thing I will say is I don't see us on YouTube. I see us on Twitch.
Check YouTube real
Uh,
quick. It's good now.
I,
I know.
okay, okay, okay. You said you said I wasn't paying. I'm trying to second. Um, I think we both kind of talked about this Chud guy off camera,
Offline,
a
yeah.
little bit offline. Just because I don't know if you want to start here or not, but I guess we can. Like the grifting, the opportunity, the newfound fame on Kick. Like I think we talked about it previously. Like how uncomfortable I think I would have been on Kick just to be associated with that platform, just
Yep.
because what that platform promotes or who that platform gives their platform to. And I know we're hypocrites here. Like Kick
Listen,
might be
man.
hold on, let me land. Kick
Okay.
might be ran by some people that is just like, hey, free speech. My money's good. My ideology is good. Like my jacket's good. Here, while we on Google, Twitch, and YouTube, and we know that they jacket is smutty as hell. So I don't want to disrespect Kick, but I do want to talk about the people that are on Kick that are emboldened to be um on that platform and the community that surrounds that. It's very something that I don't think I would have been comfortable being a part of. Now that was the only thing I wanted to land with because Kick might be ran by some good people and just being uh upheld by, and then if that's the case, then I will be like, I don't want my platform. But then you are alienating these people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I don't have a real kind of footing on where I stand on that, because do I think that people should have the ability to say and do and spew the things that they want freely? Yes, but it comes with a consequence, right? So I
Mhm.
don't want to say that they don't have the ability to be pro-white
Here's the
or to
thing.
do whatever they
Here's
want
the
to say.
thing. Here's the thing. Cricket not run by good people. I'll just leave it at that. They're not. And neither is Rumble, but we'll get to that another day.
Oh,
So all
yeah,
these companies, you got to pick your poison in a sense.
yep.
And at least we're on a platform that they will moderate these racism. Because if you guys, here's the thing, guys. Like I want to know. The thing about it is, in this country, and yeah, everything is about race. This is the conversation today. You got to recognize I will never know what it feels like to be a white person, but vice versa, a white person will never know what it feels like to be a black person in this country, and how often you are inundated with racist comments on social media, on video game chats, on if you go to Kick or Rumble, you are going to get that monkey
At
emoji
the at the
nonstop.
grocery store.
At the grocery store, it doesn't matter where you go. You're gonna get some racism, and you can't avoid it. So you're going about your own day, trying to make your own happiness, trying to get your own. And at the end of the day, do us black people have to have self-control? Yes, because we should know, but we shouldn't have to deal with that. And that's where it comes to this whole Chud the Builder situation. The man, the dude, he tends to be a provocateur, and he claims to be a guy that's trying to promote free speech. But his way of going to, promoting free speech is being able to say the N word to black people and get away with it. And we're going to see here that it's not just about free speech. And you guys tell me, is this done in good faith, or is this something that's done with malicious intentions?
amount of attention online. But along with the views and viral clips, it's also brought a growing amount of controversy. A lot of innocent people have ended up caught in the middle of these confrontations, whether that's random people in public, workers, security guards, older people just trying to go about their day. And that's what's been making this entire situation so disturbing to watch. This person has just been going out of their way to make people's lives harder for absolutely no reason. In one viral clip, he's seen harassing a security guard trying to do his job, and as he walks away, he calls him a nigger.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, well move it. Keep yourself, don't chimp out, dumbass nigger. No, I'm good. We're live. Don't touch me, lady.
In another clip, Chud can be seen harassing a group of older black men sitting at a park, and he repeatedly uses racist language for them while filming them for content.
Why you acting like that? Acting like a what? You heard me. Sit down. Oh, sit down. If I stand up, what's the Come on. Look at him.
His antics have
All
left.
right, so I'm gonna continue with this video. Shout out to Blackie Speaks because that's the channel we're talking about. We're watching right now. But there's more we're gonna get into it. But as you can see, you see his content a little bit, a little dose of his content. Sorry, excuse me. But as you see, he's going up to black individuals and antagonizing them, people who don't are not causing him a problem. Um, and is this free speech? Let me ask you that first word. Is this free speech?
um, no. I mean,
I think it is.
I think I was just about to say it is, because he's not harming anyone realistically. Excuse me. The reason why I was hesitant is because I was trying to think about the definition of free speech, and I'm trying to see if free speech includes like derogatory, or like I was just trying to filter that real quick. But I
Hmm.
I, I do believe free speech kind of indoctrinates like the ability to ah, hurling
It,
racial epithets at people you don't know for content creation is some of the lowest bar of content creation that you can create. But to have a community be engaged and want to see and from what I see with them streamer niggas, that money go like direct to pocket, nigga. Like when motherfuckers hit the sub or shit like that, like that's
mm,
so when you what's the word Rick Ross is using right now? When you a glazer, when you're a glazer, you're glazing this dude and paying him
okay.
$20, $50,
We're
$100
I want to get
subscription.
into that. Yeah, I want to get into that too. But I want to start with literally, is that free speech? And so we're on a base level. And yes, it is free speech. However, you know what else is free speech is asking the president at a press conference a question, right? And we see what happened with that. People have been kicked off of press conferences. People have been called stupid, been called dumb. People have been arrested for questioning certain things. And if he's truly, if his mission was truly about free speech, like you said, this is the lowest bar of trying to enact free speech. And I guess he wants to break down social norms and all that stuff, but this is really not good. If I were to walk down the street with my camera and just call women the B word constantly, who I don't know, and make money off of that, it would be lowbrow. It would be offensive. And just because it's free speech does not mean it's not offensive. You know,
So I was trying to I was trying not to
interrupt. Yeah, go ahead.
interrupt you. So I'm working right, but free speech is not an absolute. Just looked it up, right? You can lawfully restrict or penalize people for speech that incites violence, that is defamation, that is like a true threat or harassment or obscenities. So within those regulatory um, um, gray areas of the rules, any law enforcement officer could have stepped in.
Okay. All
Like
right. For the
yeah,
obscenities part.
for I will probably say the obscenities or something that incites violence.
Okay.
And in my
To me, like we always talk about like the quintessential scenario where if you're in a crowded theater, you can't say, "Oh, there's a fire going on." You can get arrested
correct,
for that. That is not
absolutely,
so. That's inciting a riot. You know, if you were to say, "Hey, man, everybody in here beat this guy up," that's inciting violence. You know, if you were say, you know, a call to action to like get people to go to the Capitol and storm the Capitol and take over. That's inciting, violence. But somehow, some way, that free speech still hasn't gone, convicted. But yeah, those things are against free speech because you are now causing danger
or
to those around
calling
you.
somebody a pedophile, to harm a person's reputation.
Yeah, I guess if somebody did call somebody a pedophile, like to their face and put it in like in a journalistic nature, then maybe yeah, you can be defamed by that, if it's not true, so that's
Yeah,
possible.
false statements, libel or slander. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's yeah. So the free speech has its and I'm a low key low I'm a low I'm a brown belt poet, right? And freedom has boundaries. There is even with the Lord, right? He gives you free will, but you have boundaries within that free will. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives you the ability to expound and go GTA. You can go wherever you want until there's a limitation to that border. It's a free world. It's a free map. But with your
Bring on,
freedom
baby.
comes
We might get a
but
GTA GTA 6 trailer soon. We'll see.
we'll
But
I mean Yeah, my son got 4 teeth and he's 7 months. Nigga, shit going quick. Nigga, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's crazy. But no, but yeah, let's continue with the video. I just wanted to get to set a baseline, right? So we know what free speech is. He's going around inciting people that he doesn't know. And so we're saying that maybe this is a little bit of a boundary to freedom of speech. All right. So like because of the um you would say it goes against the clause of what was
They'll
what
go
was the word?
the incite of violence, true threats and harassment,
Threats and
statements.
harassment.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
statements where a speaker means to communicate a serious expression of intent to commit an act of
Okay.
unlawful violence or obscenity. Certain highly explicit
Obscenity.
materials that lack serious literal that lacks serious literal artistic, political, or scientific value.
Yeah.
So
So like
that
going back to the pedophile thing, artistic. So it's not pedophile, it's artistic, right? So just making that clear. Like,
no, it's still a false statement presented as fact that harms a person's reputation. That's a different. That's those are different.
okay, all right.
led him to put himself in several situations where things could have gone very wrong for him. Because at the end of the day, when you're provoking strangers for a reaction, sometimes you could run into the wrong one, which he actually did about a week ago.
Come on, beg me. Do something. Come on, do something.
And then he ended up calling the police on this guy.
But then he'll pull a gun out on you as soon as you do something. But I'm licensed to carry too. We both licensed to carry. I ran into him. He got his, I got mine. But he on the phone with the police. He just obviously started with somebody.
Which is ironic because in all these situations, he keeps on stating that he's armed after confronting these innocent people, which I just find.
All right. So now it's not that's another layer. Another layer is that this guy is coming calling people the N-word while having a weapon on him and inciting some, violence. He's talking shit to people he don't know. All right. Now, where does he want it to go? Is it really about freedom of speech, or is it about something else? Let's continue.
Really ironic and funny. Now, Chud the Builder, real name Dalton Eartherly, I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure. Let's just call him Dalton. He's currently facing decades behind bars for a recent shooting that occurred, and he ended up getting hit with attempted murder.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is pursuing charges against Etherly for criminal attempted murder, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Etherly is also facing a separate criminal case in Nashville.
So let's talk about this criminal case. A few days ago, he walked in a steakhouse and started live streaming. When staff asked him to stop, he became disruptive and started using racist language for them.
Hey, Bob's Steakhouse. Oh, no, we're not paying shit. Y'all are.
To remove him, he said, "I'm not paying if you're kicking me out," and refused to pay his $371 bill. He got charged with disorderly conduct and theft of services. Now, eventually,
All right. So, disorderly conduct, theft of service, got charged already. So this guy is a troublemaker. That's not just when he antagonizes black people. He's just out here thinking that he makes the rules and he can just do what he wants. So, in this video, let me see if I can find it. We're gonna get to what's going on in a minute about his arrest. Hold up. Where is it? Right here. What does it say right there? Can you read it?
No, what does it say?
It says Chud the Builder on Twitter, or whatever you call it. Series finale is dead chimp on the pavement. You monkeys rioting when I walk free. Stay tuned. So this is all before this incident where he gets charged with attempted murder. He's posting this type of stuff on X. Have you ever seen a First Amendment auditor? There are
No.
certain people on YouTube you'll see. They go to museums, libraries, police stations, and they'll have a camera out and they'll record and they'll talk. And they're like, well, this is public property. We pay for this. We get to do this. And they're like, you gotta leave, you gotta leave. No, this is what we're able to do with our First Amendment right. We're auditing our freedom by trying to make sure that we can do what the First Amendment says we can do, which is I can have my camera out and I can film a police station and I could be in, you know. And if they're conducting business, you can leave, but you can be definitely within the vicinity of it. That's what a First Amendment auditor does. That is definitely causing some friction with police officers. However, that is a First Amendment right, and people are using they are trying to reinforce what the First Amendment is by doing that. I asked, what the fuck is Chud the Builder trying to reinforce other than a racist, violent encounter? A racist, violent encounter. And this, like you say, is what he's doing on these kick platforms to make a living. So it's not just Chud the Builder who can get 200K a year doing these racist antics. That's a problem. It's that there is this racist appetite in this country right now. You know, I do think that it's always been here, but it's in our face very, very clearly. And now people are trying to move the goalpost as to what the conversation to be about. But I want to keep it a buck with you guys. There's an extreme racist appetite for people who do these things. So when black people say, "Hey, this is racist and we're making stuff about race," maybe just maybe that this guy can make 200K a year calling people the N-word and saying they're chimping out has something to do with what we're saying. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe, the fact that after shooting a black man, after inciting a altercation with a black man, and he's being charged with attempted murder, maybe, just maybe, the fact that he already has a GoFundMe that's over 100K or $100,000 to go to pay his bail is what we're talking about. And I think there has to be an honest conversation about that before we get to, oh, should he have a $1.5 million bail versus a black man who killed somebody and they only got a 200K bail? Because that's what the conversation has pivoted to online. I hear you. We can have a bail conversation also any time of the week. But when it comes to this racist appetite, we wouldn't even be here if this nigga wasn't doing this to make money. We wouldn't even be here if your people, the people who I guess are mad about how the Civil War fucking ended, the people who are just hateful towards people who with a different skin color are encouraging a person to do this.
But this ain't that though. Chud's not that. Like
Chud's
this
not
ain't
what?
this. He don't even believe he the nigga that killed Julio and crying in court. That's who this nigga is, because these are two of the same.
I wasn't just
people.
talking about Chud. I'm
No,
talking about the people who support this guy.
Well, I'm speaking on him specifically because he don't live his raps. You know what I'm saying? So like he's emboldened by the people, like you stated, that supports him. But realistically, like he don't. So when you was like, let's have a real honest conversation. The reason why I'm saying that is like you said, let's have an honest conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
How can we have an honest conversation with the hardcore niggas like that? What's the honest conversation that can be had with the hardcore niggas that don't like So like it's not a rolling of the eyes. It's not a being apathetic to the conversation. It's not being dismissive of the conversation. It's like a literal dumb niggas are real life ops. There is no
I'm
olive
I,
branch to be
I'm
extended.
not. Here's the thing. I'm not talking to these niggas. I'm talking about these niggas. I want you to know that. Like these people, they're gonna exist. I can't sit here and change a racist mind. You know, I'm just exposing that and making that the conversation because people are trying to say it's not fair that this guy has a $1.5 million man bond after
But
shooting
the people
somebody.
who are but the people who are saying that are also the people who are not even going to listen to us.
No, not necessarily. I do think that there are people who just get that part of the story. I can't just because there are people that want to have that conversation doesn't mean that I don't get to have this conversation. That's what I'm trying to say. Doesn't mean that don't get to have the conversation that this country seriously has an issue with when it comes to racial appetite for race, the appetite for racism. I think that's primarily the reason why Trump is in office. I think it's primarily the reason why we have this immigration thing going and ICE people getting killed for ICE. There's an insensitivity to people who are not white, period,
Well,
across the board.
the appetite has never went away.
I
This is
know,
no,
I know,
no,
I
no,
know.
no, no.
I'm just pointing it out, and like you know me, I'm gonna point it out every step of the way whenever I see it. You always with the whole George Floyd thing. You're like, how often are you gonna go protest? I'm like, whenever this fucking shit happens, you know, how are you gonna talk? Why are you always gonna talk about it? Cause I need to be consistent on this stuff, you know. Maybe this does touch a person who does not fall in that line, because I don't believe it's every single white person, but there is a sector of white people that are disgusting, that are evil, that are really caught up in this anti-black, anti-immigration thing for some weird. I think that racism really should be treated as a mental illness in this country because it really at some point doesn't make any sense. And I think that we sit here and we act as black people even that it's just be normal, you know? That we shouldn't have to speak about it because hey, that's just how it is. That's just how America is. Hey, so what? You know, white people gonna be white people. I fucking can't do that, bro.
No. That so what I'm that isn't the interpretation that I'm giving because what I'm saying is that okay. There's two different things that where I'm attacking or not attacking, but I'm addressing, and I'm in agreement when I'm addressing them. When you're saying there's a need for the racial appetite, and then you then circle and say that needs to be treated like a mental illness. What I'm then threading the needle to is the result of the appetite is the insatiable bloodthirsty res, the result is here, right? Like we're seeing the real live when we talk about a revolt, they already did it. You know what I'm saying? Like in all actuality, and it's not that I'm dismissing it. It's that it's almost like when the protesting is not something that I'm saying should not happen. When do we? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me check myself because I am about to I'm about to invoke something that will violate me using my free speech correctly. I believe there should be consequences with all actions.
Okay.
I believe that when we identify something and we see something, not only that we use the platform that we have to speak on it, not only do we use our local municipalities to vote on it, not only do we use our money to spend against it, but we real life in action have to correct a problem in real time when available. That's a call to action for all across the board. Don't record this guy and make it available for him to even put it out and edit.
But you
If
do
it's out on the
realize when you ask me a question of, oh, the owners of Rumble and Kick, oh, they're probably, I don't know them, but they're the ones that are allowing this. They can moderate this.
they can't. Well, I mean, at the same time, they can. Well, okay. What I'm saying is, you can put it out. I'm not even saying that they can't do it or they have a platform to do it. What I'm saying is, the niggas on the street, the niggas on the street
That he goes up to.
that he goes up to, the niggas that's standing next to the nigga that he's standing next to, the nigga that's across the street with his phone record. What I'm saying is, to me, if I'm around, I don't think it's gonna be seen. I'm not going to give you the license to think that that can even be edited and then put online. That footage might not see nothing but the bottom of my foot, if we being honest.
Well, if you want to look at it, they really, what, like, they're not the ones recording this stuff. You know that, right? He is, first and
No,
foremost.
I know that's what I'm saying. Okay, fuck it. I'm smacking the fuck out that nigga. Now I'm trying to be politically correct, okay? Okay, this is what I was trying to be good. I beat the fuck out these niggas, cuz. Do you not hear what I'm saying? The nigga that's coming up to you with a fucking $3,000 camera in Nashville downtown, and I got a couple drinks in me, I'm smacking the fucking camera out of his hands. Is that clear enough? And I dare the nigga to find the corrupted footage that I fucking stepped on the SIM card with to see if he got the backup. That's what I'm doing. If he's fucking going up to 3 old men chilling at the park, and you know me, I'm walking around and I'm smoking my doobie, I'm dolo, nigga, leave them old niggas alone. You want to talk to somebody, talk to me, put me on camera, fuck nigga. Like, that's the action. I'm not putting my motherfucking phone out there like, look at Chud the Builder being a dickhead. Everybody go to his channel and give him more money because I just recorded him and said he's a dickhead. No shit, nigga, you get paid off being a dickhead. We gotta start fucking niggas up because ain't no way in the world that we grew up back in the day that you can be a dickhead and monetize it. You got your bitch ass fucked up.
Well, he already did get fucked up, and he pulled out a gun and he shot the guy, and he shot himself like Cheddar Bob too. So they both ended up in the hospital, and he's getting an attempted murder charge, and he's probably not gonna get out.
Yes, you put those pussies to the test. You put those pussies to
But
the test.
you, who has 3 children, and you don't have a gun on you, and he comes up to you and says, "Oh, you're gonna chimp out," and he calls you an N-word, I wouldn't want you to knock that
The
nigga out. I
nigga,
wouldn't want you to take a chance
the nigga
because
don't.
of situations like this. Whether you
The
get locked
word,
up or whether you get something worse happen to you, that's the risk you're taking with this guy trying to antagonize you. He's
the
already said
word
that the
doesn't
end the
bother
season
me though.
finale. He's already said the season finale is a dead chimp on the street and you guys protesting. This is what he's trying to do. The dude has problems, bro.
But so this is where this is where I want to now then convert the argument, and I swear to God, I don't want to do a whataboutism. But I brought up the Julio Fulio situation because them niggas went out to think that they was going to do a hit. I can't hear you if you was talking. You talking?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Okay,
Okay.
I was scared, nigga. Okay,
I'm scared too because I'm not sure if I was getting picked up this entire time, but we'll see. We'll see.
okay.
I guess we'll find
Um,
out.
I brought up the Julio Fulio shooting and those people because they went out to go do. They went out the same. They went out with the same intentions that this guy went out. Bad intentions. I'm gonna
Who's
do
Julio
something.
Fulio and what did he do first?
I don't
I
know
don't
who the
remember.
fuck he is, but he was a rapper that got shot, nigga. I don't know. It's all on my timeline. Niggas
All
talk
right,
about
so
it.
a guy named Julio Fulio is a rapper. He got shot by who? And
He
antagonizing?
got shot by. He got shot by 3 niggas. They went to go do a hit on him. You know
Was
what
it
I'm
was was
saying?
it okay? So was he antagonizing people or was other people
I don't.
antagonizing him?
I'm trying to. I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
nothing.
okay, because I want to know.
I'm
That's
bringing
it. I
it's
wanted to know what the hell
it's
happened.
it's on. I'm bringing it up because the story is a guy got murdered. Julio got murdered. He's a rapper. He got murdered. The 3 defendants on the case, they are the antagonizers. You go out to go seek a murder and you shoot a nigga, you are the antagonist. You are the antagonist. You got 3 defendants going out to shoot him and kill him. When they got life by the motherfucking judge, when we say everything is racism, the lawyer pleaded not the death penalty. He said he will be a better slave in prison if he would contribute to by being in prison for the rest of his life than to kill him.
Are these
That
guys
was
black or white?
the lawyer's white. I'm assuming
Oh,
the 3 people were black. The 3 people were black. That's the reason why I wanted to do the contrast of what I was saying about they going out with bad intentions, right? Going out with bad intentions, and then the consequence of your intentions leads you in the courtroom. What I was getting to was the one of the dudes. His background was he went to prep school, 2-parent household. He wanted to be accepted by the gang lifestyle, and he went out there and he pulled the trigger. That nigga was crying in the courtroom because the consequences of his actions wasn't all processed through, or it wasn't the gravity of it wasn't realized. What I was
You're charged in
oh, you
count
got it.
1
Okay.
of criminal homicide, 3913-201. That's a felony. It's punishable by 15 to 60 years in state penitentiary. I'm willing to set initial bond at 1.25 million. 1.25 million.
And the judge made the decision to set his bond at $1.25 million. Now, things are really bad for Chud because here's the thing. Aside from the fact that he's facing multiple felony charges tied to this shooting outside the courthouse, which of course included attempted criminal homicide and the judge describing it as a felony, which by the way carries a possible sentence of anywhere between 15 to 60 years in prison. But that wasn't the only thing that stood out during the hearing, because prosecutors also revealed that Chud was already apparently out on bond in multiple other cases at the time of this incident allegedly happening. One of them was the restaurant situation, and then he also had a hearing the same day of the shooting over a case that involved a $3,000 debt allegedly owed to a credit card company. And according to court records, it is a civil case, and it was filed.
The dude is messed up, bro. He messed up in the head, and I genuinely think that we got to treat these niggas like they're fucking like mentally handicapped, because racism doesn't make sense. To do this mindset of going out there and recording yourself doing this, I get it. There's money involved in all that stuff, but going out there to do this, and I get it. There's people who are racist. It honestly doesn't make sense. There's only one way this can end, and that is you dying, or 2 ways. You can die, or you can go to jail. And luckily, hopefully, he's locked up. So this is can be a level of precautionary measure to people who think that this shit is cool. Uh, and I just think we just need more people to. I get it. Maybe I'm just thinking too ideally, but
The precaution. Go ahead.
I just feel like I just want people to wake up, fuck up when it comes to this kind of stuff, you know, and realize this is like the norm for us. You know, we have to endure this kind of behavior from people. He's doing it to make money, and he's getting a lot of money for it, and he's actually been doing this for months, maybe even a year, you know, and nobody has done anything to this guy. He hasn't got any repercussions. Let a black person do something like that for a year. Let fuck it, 7 days. There's going to be repercussions of him going out around the street calling people all types of shit. And I don't think anybody who's that mentally fucked up should be
No,
able to do.
it depends. It depends. You see what they let them. You see what they let us get away with. If
What?
we do, if a black person go around calling somebody niggers and chat and doing something against black people, I'm pretty sure that shit would it would be left at the hands of the person to take care of it. Nobody will
Oh, for
intervene.
sure. No, no, no. I'm saying you're going into white neighborhoods, right? With a
Uh,
camera as a black man and starting to like say, "Oh,
no,
look
nigga,
at you
they will shoot
guys."
you. They will
Huh?
shoot you. They will shoot you. That's what I,
Exactly.
that's but that's my point. The white people in the neighborhood, that's my point. The white people in the neighborhood will run out the black person in the neighborhood because he quote unquote is not supposed to be here. They police their own. That is my that
That's
is
your point.
my point of us, even in a city like Nashville, as completely like if you like your brother next to you, your sister next to you, if you are in a community,
Uh-huh.
hey, that's not right. You supposed to he's supposed to not feel cool doing that. That's my point. Like, and I get he has a community that's going to support him, but when he's in the element of doing it, he's not supposed to feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm gonna solo shot, but when it comes to this, I also believe like I've already said, there's a mental health aspect to this, and I'm a guy who likes to take mental health serious. Why would somebody, a grown man, feel the need, other than the money, also, but to make the money that way? Why is it that this becomes your identity? What life decisions have you made that have turned you into this character, this person who needs to do this? And a lot of what me and Chris have talked about in previous situations when people are, listen, I always say, hurt people. And we have to recognize that this guy is not normal for doing this. Yeah, he got these losers paying his bail, losers on his kick that will donate money to him. Those people need help as well. And a lot of this stuff be hella repressed shit that we don't talk about in our hood or in the world. And I want to just express something that happened the week previous to this, shooting that pertain to Chud the Builder and what might give some insight onto who he is and why he did why he feels the need to harm other people or, you know, feel like to overtly antagonize men in the way he does to get some validation out of it.
Racist, right? They hate black people, but you know who they hate more than black people? Flexible boys who engage in flexible activities. All right. That very same group of people is about to turn on you, man.
Chud, he doesn't even have a little chubby butt no more, so I probably wouldn't again. But I'm wondering, did you bring that up because you want to spin the block? Now, when I first he was a virgin, and I'm having a hunch that he probably hasn't been since me and my ex-wife. We can start small, buddy. I got you, but you don't have to cap. Like if you're gonna say that, we say the whole truth, okay? Now, with that being said, why do I peg? Because it's a hustle and it helps me get through college. I'm still in college, but now I don't have a choice. I will forever be a top because I had a surgery 3 years ago. The doctor
Okay, that's
chopped
enough.
my
That's
coochie
enough.
off.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. God damn it. God damn it. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. But apparently, this nigga's been a fairy, and he was getting pegged by this woman for years. And he went on his stream, and he said that he used to um go raw dogging some black chick in the back of his trailer. Low key, he actually was getting raw dogged by her. And as you see, he was in that fairy costume. So this is where these guys come from. And listen, there's nothing, we have nothing against homosexuality or anything like that. But I think that when you have repressed homosexuality, it can turn into violence and and anti other marginal groups sentiment. So that insecurity can breed up into these crazy antics this guy has turned into a monster in a sense. So I wanted to point that out. And when I say that the racism is a mental illness, man, we all bleed red, bro. And at some point as you grow up, you can use all the statistics to rationalize why you hate another race. In reality, it's wrong. And in reality, if you're dealing with yourself as a human being to overcome whatever you got going within you, should be the priority. And hopefully, he can get his help in the pen.
He's not getting no help here. He, he's gonna get satisfied in the pit, nigga. Down on her knees, got her begging me, please, got her bless her with something. Hey, that nigga gonna be high five with the bros for me, cause I fucked her for nothing.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, we can move to the next topic. That boy chill got some stuff going on, cuz. We gonna pray for
Yeah, no,
cuz.
that chick went in on him, bro. Like, I had to cut her off. I was like, okay. It's a little bit too much. Too much.
Bro,
Too much, brother.
I don't know where we go on the show after racism and homosexuality
Yeah.
and
No,
jail.
let's
We
think about it. Let's go right into another controversy as it pertains to race and transphobia, technically, actually, too. So there has been some casting. Man,
Oh,
there
this
has
nigga
been.
said, let me get to the next part of the video, and it's I fucked him in the ass. I'm like, what?
I'm trying to be serious.
I feel you, boy, but I
Trying to
don't
be
know.
serious.
That's you right. Mental illness. You right. That because
It's
like they say,
repressed homosexuality, and he's going out there and
yeah.
like I said, hurt people, and he's just on a mission to shoot a black person for some reason. Like it's weird, bro. It's just fucking weird. And honestly, like maybe I'm too graceful, but I do the psychoanalysis of evil people. Like, why do you think this fucking way, bro?
Nah, yeah, you
You
too
know?
grateful. You too
Why do
grateful
you think this
because
fucking way? But then you look a little deeper and you find this and you're like, this person got issues, clearly. And it's nothing like it's not homosexual. It's just like he's now trying to be this hyper masculine guy who gets to do his freedom sheet and hold his gun and have his, Yosemite Sam mustache. And he's turned into this
bro, but
uber
there's
toxic
tough gay
masculine,
people, bro.
huh?
There's tough gay
Oh,
people.
100%. No, they're
No, but
100%. But I
I'm
don't
saying
think that but he's not an
because
openly gay guy.
I know, but that's my point. Okay, so okay,
That's what
before
I'm trying to say. Like, I think that,
like
that it. Go ahead.
no, I hear you, but like okay, so like
Hmm.
when and we never even you said racism is a mental illness. I can't really say that because not like my good brother Kanye West, racism is a choice. This ain't slavery. Racism, even if the shit is hand down to you genetically, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you have
I'm not
a
saying that racism is
will.
not a choice, but
No, no,
just
no,
like,
no.
taking a pack of cigarettes is a choice. It's an addiction kind of thing. It should be
Correct.
treated as an addiction or like a mental illness crisis to hate people that much that you have to make a living off of hating people. Like to me, you're you're there's so
But you
much
talk
better.
about but you talk about suppressed. You talk about suppressed. you talk about suppressed emotions, and there is a subset of white people who have been suppressed uh, uh, of expressing how much they dislike other things that aren't them. So to that point, prejudice is ignorance.
You're right.
To my point, like now,
There's a
I
lot of
don't want to.
prejudiced people that aren't racist, by the way. They're two
But
different
that's
things.
what that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. But that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I don't want to treat prejudice as a mental illness. I want to treat prejudice with the fact that okay, you're stupid.
Okay.
Like I do want to. I do want for people who need help, for people who
Yeah.
really do need the assistance and need to work through things and identify. And but
You're so
for
right, bro. There is a level of people I've talked to where it's like, oh, you just are ignorant, bro. And I don't have any like ill will towards them, but I'm like,
I just
all the
don't have no
facts
capacity for that.
all the
I
yeah,
don't
exactly. All the facts you have about black people, it's just all propaganda bullshit,
or
right?
trans people
Or
or gay
trans people or
people
gay people.
or
Yeah, it's
Jewish
just made
people
up
or
nonsense.
Latinos. Like
So
it's
yeah,
the
prejudice is ignorance. I'm talking about overt racism. The nigga knows he's trying to overtly trigger black people into reacting a certain way so he can then gaslight them and still call them a chimp is overt racism. Then tweet, hey, the season finale, it ends up with me killing a black person,
yes, but
and
that's
then
a
you
nigga
guys
who's never
rioting
experienced.
is
That's the
mentally
but
gone. I'm
that's
sorry, bro.
I hear you, but that's also due to you. They did it to. Hold, let me calm myself. They did it to black people. They use a black person as an example during these times. Willie Lynch. They used to mob. It was a gathering. It used to be a picnic. It was a family event to watch a person be executed. Okay? In the lifetime of parents, depending on how old our parents are, like grandparents for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. In a lifetime. So that's two generations separated from it was a family gathering of watching another person get executed. So realistically, when you talk about an evilness that needs to be dissected, no, it's an evilness that needs to be met with where they are at. An example needs to be met. An example needs to be made. That is a person who has never experienced consequence and walks through life with a prejudice, knowing that the person that he's going to antagonize and is going to antagonize has a more likability to be a recipient of not being served justice than he would.
Hmm.
He's walking out the door every day intentional. There is no mental illness about that. That is somebody who's experienced a life without consequence. That nigga needs to go exactly where the fuck he's going to figure some things out. There will be consequences in jail. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm with you on that. The dude deserves consequences. I just wanted to bring to light that where we are in the country, I do think that when we encounter these people, we need to look at them as fucking crazy. At some point, it became the out group think to be um to to abuse your woman. And if somebody was just abusing their woman on the street, you can't just sit here and just like let that happen. There's something wrong with this person now.
I can't get in a man's business is what the
Yeah,
excuse used to be or
you
something
will
like
just see
that.
somebody, hit their wife in the public, and that's up. That's their business. It's not that way anymore, and the evolution of a society is necessary when it comes to these issues, and the fact that we allowed this to be entertained by, we're entertained by this shit. Not me and you, but the public. And I think there needs to be I think it needs to be studied, bro. I do think racism in this country needs to be heavily dissected at this point. Heavily dissected to the point where we find out where the fuck these guys are coming from with this hatred. Is it from their church? Is it from their family? Is it from the Confederate War? Whatever the fuck it was. Like, I need to know what the issue is so we can tackle it at the root.
But
And and yes, they do need consequences when they go out the street and do these things, but it needs
I
to
will
become an
ask you that.
out-group thing.
But I will ask you though, why?
Because if this country is full of people, you heard Leslie Jones in the beginning, racism should be outlawed. There's too many different types of people in this world, bro, and in this country. I'm sorry, guys, I get it. Like, we have immigrants coming here, and the white majority is becoming somewhat of a minority. It does not mean that it's the end of the fucking world, you know? And I think that is where some of this stems from. They just don't want to be the minority in the country. They don't want to see the world change around them. They want to hold the power. And at the end of the day, it's like, why? Why is it is the world better off this way? No. Right now we are in a fucking shithole. You know? We are the shithole country. And I think this needs to be studied so we can have a better tomorrow. It doesn't need to be perfect.
You're right.
But it has to be better.
You're right. And I totally agree with you that we need to be able to have a connectivity with people who want to be reached. Right. And I don't think, like, I'm not sure if Chud would have had a conversation. I don't know if Charlie Kirk, he has had conversations, right? But I don't know if he was pierced, no pun intended, with with restructuring his ideology, right? I think it was
And that's what it's
just
going to take for these people is some certain level of paradigm shift and awakening of sorts when it comes to, like, yo, man, we're all just flesh and blood trying to live a happy life. We're all just that, and some people are dealing with worse than situations than others, and that's why, like, I end up being very progressive in my thinking because I'm looking at where we are and where we can go always. Where can we
yeah.
where can we get better? Like,
You
although I don't like, huh?
you're a bleeding heart.
Am I, like, I don't know, but like I
No,
genuinely believe,
you're
like,
logical, bro. You're logical. Yes.
I try to, like, look at from where we are and where first of all where we are and where we used to be. We just talked about it in our grandparents or parents to lifetime. They used to have a picnic and execute people in front of children. It's
Yes.
crazy, like absurd. If that were to happen today, what?
Yes.
Yo, we are killing niggas. Like, it's not like, it's gonna be a more than a riot. It's gonna be a flat out war, you know. But at the end of the day, like, now I'm like, all right, so where we are today, it's possible for our children to live in a more homogenized, well structured, safe place where they're not bombarded with people who making money calling them the N-word and saying they're gonna chimp out. I think it's possible for our children's children to have a better tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think that is
And
where my message
I
always
agree.
lies.
Yeah,
You know,
and because I have kids and I see the world going backwards, and I have boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have three boys, so
mhm.
to teach them not to be of their father, not to have the quick temper, not to have the quick trigger, to be more like their uncle. You know what I'm saying? To be more, but I don't want them to be taken advantage of. I don't want them to be misrepresented. I don't want them to be, but
You got brilliant kids,
realistically,
man. You got brilliant kids who have bright future. And I want that to be fulfilled in this country, and I believe in this country to do that. Leslie Jones in our intro, she said, "Man, I believed in this country first." She's like, "Yo, I really believe in this country, and I still believe in the possibility for this country to be better even
Yeah,
today. But
but
it's
we
gonna
have.
take a reckoning of people to wake the fuck up."
Well, it's hard. It's hard. Hold up, but this is what I'm trying to say. It's hard when I got people my age raising their sons, my son's age, to know how to load and shoot a rifle right now. My kids are 7 and 5. In some areas in the country, in my neighborhood,
Uh-huh.
around the corner, there is a father teaching his son to load a rifle. And I have to combat that. I have to be a father to be like, no, no, he got to learn too.
Yeah.
You like
And I'm not opposed to that. This is the realities we are in. Like
but
people are.
I don't want to be there. And
I get you.
unfortunately, you can't
I get
put
you
the
for sure.
toothpaste back in the tube, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to have to combat that Timmy's playing soccer and baseball and Timmy's going to school and know how to write his name and eating all his vegetables. And his dad knows how to teach him what a 5.5 a 5.62 round is. Like a 7.62 round. A 5.56. Like
It-
he knows how to rack a motherfucking rifle.
You got you
Like
gotta
that
you gotta
is
you gotta
crazy.
pick your way of combating it though. Is it
Yes,
education or is it action? Or if it's action, what type of action is it? Is it preparedness by saying yes, this may come
yes,
is proper. You could teach a kid a rifle, but properly where it's like this is for certain circumstances. This is
yes,
for and giving them the knowledge to use it in the proper
yeah,
way and
yeah.
in the right circumstances as they continue to grow, while teaching
Because
them how to be a freaking Mozart, Beethoven prodigy as well. And that's a
you're right.
badass combination. So like I mean, I'm just saying like, or it can just be like, hey man, this is not what we're doing. They're doing that, but you got to be aware that they do that over there. You got to let yourself know we don't do that over here because we don't believe in that type of violence, but we believe in love first. But we also believe that you have to be aware of people who don't believe in that. You know, so there's different ways, and in this world where we're inundated with a new racist topic every single week as a black person, and I don't think a white person will ever understand what it's like. And it's okay because that's not their life cycle. That's not their life journey. But when we come out here and we say these things, don't come in here and talk about the it's racist white men for the bail system, bro. If you really want to get into a bail conversation, yeah, we can go because we can talk about how they fucked black men over years who were innocent in the bail bond in the bail system. So that's a whole story for another day. But I want to make this whole story about where we are as a country, what makes this guy able to do what he just did. And yes, there are going to be consequences. So thank God he's going to jail,
Super,
possibly.
super
But
comfortable.
if he gets off, brother, if he gets off, mm, then
But
it's
if
just
he
a
gets
slap in the
off,
fucking face.
if he gets off, I do think if he gets off, if he gets off, I don't think that he'll make the same content. Or if he does, I don't think he'll be as aggressive. He'll still find his niche and feed to that base because it pays bills and keeps. But
Yo, you got George
don't
Zimmerman was making merchandise over Trayvon and all types of shit. You got Kyle Rittenhouse, doing his thing and going to freaking be a TPUSA and talking at events. And it's sick, and that's why I like to talk about these things
That's
because
my point.
it's
Why
a
these niggas
real
think it's comfortable to be outside? Cause
because it is,
it's
and we got
we
to
make
keep
it comfortable.
yeah.
Cause we got comfortable. We talk a lot. Niggas got a lot of this. What we doing? Pods.
Uh-huh,
Niggas
that's
need
true.
to do a lot of punching.
There's more ways to skin a cat, brother.
You're right.
There's many
You're right.
ways to skin a cat.
You're
You know,
right.
they,
You're
they,
right.
they say the pen is lighter than the sword sometimes. Some people say the pen is lighter than the sword.
They
I
said
don't
the
know.
pin is mightier than the sword, my lord.
They
You
say
know.
that, so maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I think there's
It,
some routes we
we
could take with the pen.
we
But
two
if it
niggas with
comes to
both.
the sword, huh?
That's what I'm saying. I said we two niggas with both. Cause Chud ain't never go. Chud ain't finna never catch me outside lacking.
Yeah, I was gonna knock a nigga out at a wrestling event, remember? Because he was talking to somebody else crazy. I've been there, as a black man with anger bubbling up in me to fight,
And I'm
and
and
and I
unfortunately,
have.
I live now up the street. I wasn't in Florida when Trayvon Martin happened. I now live close enough to Sanford to where I can see his mom's activism on my
Okay,
local news. Like it's that
yeah,
close. Like she's still around. So the stand your ground thing makes it accessible for niggas to feel comfortable holding theirs. And if they holding theirs, then I'ma hold mine. And unfortunately, Trayvon, who would have been 30, I believe,
yeah,
30 plus, you know what I'm saying? He is a martyr, unfortunately, to keep niggas on their toes because there is an appetite for violence. Violence predicated on prejudice and racism. So for Zimmerman to see a black boy with a hoodie and holding Arizona, and he think that
Skittles.
he got motherfucking gun on him, and he draw down. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't even let Chud be able to pull his shirt up, nigga. He had an iced tea, motherfucker. Shit, and you reap the consequences of that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be him and me. Judged by 12 and carried by 6. I listen to too much rap music for this.
With that said, I think that's perfect. That closes this topic. Listen, hopefully he gets what he deserves, and I'm just glad keep this thug off the streets. That's what they say,
Yeah,
Keep this thug off the streets. But
super good.
we got and this everything is race. Everything is about race conversation. We do want to pivot over to another topic on race. That happens to do with the Odyssey movie. Uh, the dear or the Oscar nominated or winning. I think he's Oscar nominated. I'm not sure if he's won an Oscar yet, but Christopher Nolan. Let me actually look that up real quick. Has Christopher Nolan won an Oscar?
Yes, I think so. Off the top of my head, for sure, I believe he won one.
Okay, he did. He has two wins: Best Director and Best Picture,
Yeah,
2024 for Oppenheimer. Was it?
Oppenheimer. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, my bad. So it's more recent than I thought. So yeah, the award-winning Christopher Nolan, just to say award-winning, Oscar-winning Christopher Nolan has a picture coming out this year, film, The Odyssey. And now we all read The Odyssey if you went to public school. I know I did. I'm not sure if you did you?
I did, but I wasn't paying attention to school.
Okay.
She was
Me,
down on her knees trying to beg me, please.
I'm a mythology guy. I like mythology. Like I like Greek mythology. I like
We had
Rome.
stairs. We had stairs under the auditorium because I was skipping a lot of classes.
Hey man, that's where you're cheaper, huh? But yo, actually, when was the first time you smoked weed?
Uh, 13, 13.
13. All right,
I
so
was
you're like
in
eighth grade, ninth grade,
eighth eighth grade,
grade. Okay,
eighth grade graduation.
okay.
My mom told me not to wear my Bo Jacksons to school because she didn't want me to scuff them. And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm graduating. I gotta wear the bow."
You've always been the same nigga.
You can't buy me no shoes and then tell me I can't show them off. What you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. On graduation,
So
no less. Yeah.
yeah, so I had got in trouble, but my god sister Jessica at the time was like, Auntie Ann, don't. I'll watch him. You know he'll stay over. I'll keep an eye on him. And that's when she had just got her license, so she used to bend the corners and shit like that. And I smoked I probably smoked Moach, nigga. That shit was so trash.
So your aunt put
My
you on?
my god sister put me on.
God sister, okay.
My god
That,
sister put me on. Yeah, shout out to Jessica.
all right. But yeah, I did pay attention in English class. So I'm familiar with Odyssey. I am going. Honestly, I recommend you go see it too. We can do a review because it might be a little long for you. I'm not gonna lie, but it is a dope story. Like it is a dope story. And Christopher Nolan's making a film on it. Um, and there's a lot of controversy because of the casting. So we're gonna get into it. Let me see if I can share this motherfucker. Share this tab. Hopefully I shared the right one. Nigga, still here. There we go.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna move it around a little bit. A little bit. All right. So this woman, she has a little video. Her name is Sydney Watson on the controversy. We're just gonna watch a little clip of it. I don't know what her take is. She seems like she might be. I'm not. You know. Let's just hear what she has to say.
This in a bit of detail in my last video about the topic. I'll link that in the description. But as a quick refresher, people are kicking off due to a series of race swaps and sort of, I don't know, I guess like one gender swap in the film. These include Helen of Troy, the most beautiful woman in all of Greece, who will now be played by Lupita, I'm gonna butcher this again, but I am trying, Nyongo. Nyongo. Okay. Lupita will also play Helen's sister, and no, these two women are not twins, and I have no idea why they made this decision. Rapper Travis Scott will play a bard from Ithaca, Athena will be played by Zendaya, and trans-identified Elliot Page will play Achilles, Elpenor, or Hermes. We're not sure which, but a lot of people think it's Elpenor. Just a little bit of gender bending in there as well. So fun. During the initial firestorm, Elon Musk weighed in, criticizing the race swapping, and suggested that the only reason Christopher Nolan made these casting choices is because he wants awards, which I think might actually be the case. Apparently, in order to get an Oscar, to win an Oscar, one must meet a bunch of representation and inclusion standards, including, but not limited to, hiring non-whites, women, LGBT people, and, you know, including these people somehow, somewhere in your film, including acting in it. No white men allowed, white men. Go.
All right. Let's be clear that most of the people in this movie are gonna be white. Most of the people in this movie are gonna be white men. I just want to put that out there as a disclaimer. Yeah. Hold up. Wait, you were muted by the way. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I may not be as versed as I need to be on this particular topic, and that is because I have been smoking weed since I've been 13 and not been paying attention to scholastics. But what I do know, Travis Scott should not be in no fucking movie about the Odyssey. I can tell you that right off the bat. This nigga Christopher Nolan is tripping. I can see why they got these little white people up in arms. I can't even be mad at the white people. Arnold Schwarzenegger and what's the actor's name? This we are together on this nigga. What the fuck they got going on over there?
Yo, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not a little bit taken aback by these casting, but I'm a guy who's we're creatives. I'm an artist myself. I've done films. I've directed. I've acted. Um, so a part of me is like it's like seeing it from the creative space first. Like, oh, I'm curious to see what his take is gonna be. It's not maybe it's maybe it's a new take on the mythology, and maybe it's gonna be some artistic expression and reasons why he did this. He did state that he casted Travis Scott to play a bard because he wants to represent Homer, who is the writer of the Odyssey, who kind of likens to a like early rap or the song portion of the because a lot of it's kind of very sing-songy the way he wrote, and he wants to honor that through putting a rapper in and casting him
With
as
Travis
a
Scott.
bard in it. I don't want let me not quote let me quote him instead because I don't want to
No, we don't.
misrepresent what
No,
he
no, no,
said.
no. It's fine. It's fine. No, 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 no. It's fine. We can take it for what he did. It. I don't give a fuck what he was. He thought Travis Scott was gonna be the person to pull this off. That's what I don't. I can understand what you're trying to explain to me. I get the
Yeah, he
rationale.
said to draw a thematic parallel between ancient Greek oral poetry and modern rap. That was his goal. And Scott plays a bard, which is a traveling poet slash storyteller. So it's a creative choice from Nolan. So this makes me a little more forgiving
Nigga,
because he has a reason. It wasn't like he just said,
no,
"Oh, he's gonna be the best actor."
no, no. That's not forgiving, bro. That's who you know. You know what I'm about to do. Who represents Chris Nolan and who represents Travis Scott. And if
Okay.
they got the same motherfucking agent, then we know what the fuck happened.
That's actually a good point. um, but it's not like he's going to be a main character, man. Like the traveling bard, bro. He might have a few lines, and that's it, bro. I think people are tripping a little bit too much about the Travis Scott casting. The Lupita Nyongo casting. I think she's a beautiful woman, but I guess she's not Greek, you know. And this is supposed to be based off of a timepiece, even though it's fictional characters.
I knew it.
What happened? What happened? This is where you come get the goods, yo. Everything is podcast. Tell me the truth. Lay it on us.
They represented by the same people, William and Dever.
Okay. Just a favor.
The reason why this nigga was at WrestleMania. Curtain jerking. Ari Emanuel. They might.
Oh,
Hey,
yo,
hey,
it's Illuminati over here.
hey. No, close the. I need a post show real quick, cause you know what I'm saying. These. No, I was saying close the show, nigga. I need a post show, nigga. I need to talk off camera with you, nigga. I need to talk crazy real quick, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I need, I need to throw some. I need to do my windy fingers.
All right.
I think that it might be some
Oh wait,
play
oh, don't
going
do
on.
wait, don't talk about. This is some defamation shit.
My my
All right, we'll talk allegedly. All right, we'll talk off. We'll
yeah
talk off camera. All right,
yeah.
but all right then. Fuck it. Yeah, Travis Scott is just getting a favor. I take back everything I just said about the artistic expression, casting Travis Scott as a poetic bard in
Bro, we
modern
talking
rap.
about Christopher Nolan, who picked out Heath Ledger and worked with Christian Bale, and like we're just talking about just off of what we. Then Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer brought back cinema. It brought back people going to the movie theater. Christopher Nolan, he gotta give a favor to Travis Scott. Huh? 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 Huh?
Oh
Huh?
God, stop it, bro.
That's my
Man,
dance
when
for shebang. I'm sorry, I didn't do the ad lib. Shebang, you know.
I can't with this nigga. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't even have a serious conversation right now.
Bro, these boys crazy. Oh man, yeah.
All right, so they cast a what they cast as so is it cultural appropriation to cast Lupita as Helen of Troy?
Helen was white.
Okay, so it is cultural appropriation.
Yeah, I mean, listen, white people don't have. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what this is the problem. This is feeds into the racist appetite. White people don't have a lot of culture. Leave they shit the fuck alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. We don't have to. The Greeks were white. We don't have to argue about whether Egypt is black. We don't have to argue about if the motherfucking Israelite Jews were black. We don't have to do none of this combatant shit because Greeks was just pure white. Let them have Achilles, nigga. What's the problem? Just give them their. This is the literal meaning of a white knight, nigga. Like, give them it. Don't fuck with they Larry Bird. Don't fuck with they goddamn Bruce Springsteen. Don't fuck with they Achilles. And do not disrespect them loving some raisins and some motherfucking potato salad. Okay, let white people have they motherfucking culture. Leave them
Nah,
alone.
nah. I think this is. I think that I'm trying to be sensitive to everything, but you're right. You have. I think that Greek culture, they have a right to be concerned about the casting. Although Lupita is, I think, a very attractive woman. Um, I do think that if it was a movie about Marcus Garvey and you guys casted, I don't know,
Ryan
um,
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, or I would have an issue with it, even though that, but that's a real story. But let's say we take a black folklore. Let's say we take, um,
A white person can't play Shaft, brother. Sorry.
Shab, white
Don't worry.
person playing Shab, and
Don't
they
worry.
would still have an issue with it. So
Don't worry.
even though it's
Don't worry.
not, even though it's fictional characters, the outrage is kind of warranted because in the book, it's about a specific area in a real life. It has a real relation to, the war.
You good?
Yeah, there's a name of the war. Um, the Peloponnesian War, excuse me. Yeah, the Peloponnesian War. So there's real history that goes back to the Peloponnesian War that really happened in real life, but they created a fictional mythological story based on that time frame and in that time period with that location on in the real world. So I do think there is a reason for the outrage as it regards to the casting. Now, Achilles being uh, Elliot Page, who used to be Ellen Page, I believe, who played Juno, the famous movie where she actually had a baby, but now she's a transgender.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, she was Juno, but she transitioned to a man, and she's playing now she's playing Achilles. You know, um, Achilles, man, Achilles, man. I'm trying to be sensitive here. Listen, listen. We all saw Troy, right? Brad Pitt was the last person I remember playing Achilles. So going from Brad Pitt to Elliot Page is gonna be a transition to say the least, a change. Um, I just hope it's very I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I'm going to watch it, and I'm probably gonna watch it in theaters. I'm going. to watch this movie. I just hope that when I finish watching it, that it all comes together in a in a way that makes me say, "Hey, that made sense." You know? It's great. Hey, I'm trying here.
Boy,
We're not forcing you.
boy.
Pickles, no. You want to be
Did you
as
play
a
something
fan.
just now?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Did you see
Nah,
Troy?
we can wrap this up, cuz. Yes, I saw Troy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I saw like it's clicking now. I ain't read the I saw Troy now. I'm clicking. I'm like, oh no. All these niggas tripping, cuz you fucking with them good white people shit, nigga. Leave them good white people stuff alone.
Oh
Nah,
my goodness.
I had a whole thing. I'm scrapping that. Just throw that out, nigga. They
No, no,
right.
no.
No, they right. No. Nah, they feel how you feel, cuz. I'm sorry.
Now
I'm
Zendaya as
sorry.
Athena, I don't. I like
Nah,
that.
we nope. We not moving past. No, I don't give a
Turn
fuck,
Juno into Achilles.
nigga. You telling me the last great white man I saw was represented by Brad Pitt. The next time this white man about to be represented, it's a white woman. Are you
Hey, she's a white man. Now,
okay? Okay. In a past life that was still current life that we remember. So it's still things that we have. I get you. No disrespect, but what I'm trying to say is the mental gymnastics of a
you're asking
of
the
a
audience.
man.
You're
No,
asking a lot of the audience.
hold on.
Go ahead.
A man that used to play a woman that was pregnant as a woman in the stature of the body of a woman is now supposed to somehow be the man. Are you kidding? No matter what man they transitioned into physically, spiritually, you can't build Brad Pitt out of what you used to be.
I want to see. Maybe she got in the gym, or he got. Sorry, excuse me. He got in the gym, and maybe this is. I haven't seen him
Okay.
in a long time on a movie,
Respect.
so maybe
Respect.
it's like a coming out party where you're like, "Hey, man, you're now
You
representing a man as a trans man, and maybe we can hopefully see like, oh,
Nah,
that made sense." And
these white men are this is your best representation of me. That's what oh nigga, yeah. I feel you. I fight for yours, white man. Fight for yours.
everything is about race and transgender shit right now. It's because that's what's going on in the public. That's the conversation. Um, so yeah, when I sent you that video yesterday, we didn't even I didn't even show you that video. I'm not gonna air that
No,
out. But they were
I'm
tight.
good. I'm
They
good.
were upset.
Yeah, when you see, because we didn't do real pre-pro people. So what y'all saw here was
Real time.
legitimate, real time. I didn't know who the fuck they was talking about when they were saying transition player. I was just like, damn, they just mad that transition. When you told me it was Juno playing, I'm like, oh, nigga, all the little funny
I
accent them
was
niggas had, I
I
fuck
was
with them niggas. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Are you shitting in my piece? You know, like it was bad, you
yeah, it
know?
was hilarious. Hey, listen, man. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to talk to you too much about it yesterday and explain it because I wanted to see your full reaction. Because once I put the two pieces together, real time, I knew it would be a bomb in your brain of what happened. But yeah, I do think that as you saw Chris's reaction to this information, they're asking a lot from the viewer and audience to accept this legendary story with the casting that they
I
chose.
can't even do it. I can't
However,
do it.
the trailers look good. Like there's white people all over the trailer, so it's
I,
not like it's a,
I can't do it.
you know.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
But it's just
Can't
a
do it.
few castings that are controversial.
Danhausen having a match against Roman Reigns. Can't do it.
Really?
Danhausen in the ring, right? No, I'm just saying. That's what
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
say. Like
Oh.
when it's casted and you see it, you be like,
Okay. Yeah, okay.
now
I feel you, man.
how does I'm watching it to see how it's going to work negatively,
So we're fair
right?
here, and yeah, I think keep the Greek culture. Um, I would have preferred that way because I'd rather not have these, anti-woke people than say, look, they're trying to control us and all this. It just makes it way more divisive than it needs to be, especially because this time they actually have it's not Little Mermaid. Like they have a real history behind these castings. So there, there's some legitimacy to this, and I can't sit here and play bipartisan game with this one because I've read it, and it is about the Peloponnesian War, and we all know those people were not black, they were not white. I mean, there's some black people in the story. I forget where, but there weren't the characters they chose, and then to make a transgender man, Achilles, who was like the most feared man in the world at the time. Um,
The
is it's
white
it's
man.
it's hard for people to comprehend. So you're asking a lot. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying it's a lot for the audience to, before we watch it, say we agree with it because you got to suspend disbelief, like you said, with the Dan
Well,
Houser versus Roman Reigns.
I'm
How
gonna
do we
be
suspend
honest
disbelief
though.
when we've seen her pregnant in a
If
movie, in her biggest
if,
movie, one of her biggest, or one of his biggest movies? Yeah.
if they would have like Pius is a part of this Pius is a part of this storytelling. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want a representation there, build a story around, you know, that possibly. You know what I mean? Like you have availability to make the real life fictional, sprinkle of representation, but yeah, it's hard to combat that. It's hard to
Yeah.
combat that.
Yeah.
It is, and
The
we got respect for everybody, but that's hard.
yeah. The text famously features Ethiopians, but translate at Ethiopians. So they have them in the text. They're like black Africans, that were talked about in the Odyssey.
The
So those are
Ethiopians were described as like people with burnt skin. That's now this is now let's if you want to just tie a bow into the indoctrination of what racism is. Back then in Greek mythology and the great first text of or Eastern civilization that crossed over into Western civilization, it was taught that the people with darker skin were cursed because God did not love them. Their skin were blackened because God cursed them. So this is something that ties back
guys into,
into
yeah, the
that.
negative of the racism, the racial programming of people. So yeah, you're 100% right. But they have Memnon, who was the king of the Ethiopians, is a prominent black African warrior that they could have, depicted in the movie without doing all that, racist bullshit of making him cursed or whatever. So yeah, yeah. So there are ways to get black representation in this movie, but they chose to go full force and say fuck all that. So what I'm trying to say is this is not this is like, guys, clearly this is going to be a artistic expression of the story and through his vision. He's going to take a different angle with it. It is art at the end of the day. But if you don't want to go see it, don't go see it. I will see it. I do. I'm very interested to see how what he his take is on it. But
I mean, if you saying that, then I guess I gotta see it.
it's Christopher
I
Nolan,
guess
man. Oppenheimer.
no,
I wasn't really
no,
interested in
fuck
time.
that. It's Juno now. I gotta see what my man up to. Yeah,
Man.
I see what my guy up to.
No, I really am
Yeah.
curious to see your We can review it on the pod. Like, I'm really curious to see what your takes would be from that movie after seeing it. It will be such comedy to see, judo taking a arrow through the Achilles, and what you see, and maybe you come back and you're like, it wasn't that bad. Who knows? Or maybe you'll have some jokes.
It will be jokes.
Moving along, do you want to get into the vlog conversation, or are we good?
We
Let's flock on away. Let's flock.
Yo, oh man, we've been teasing. Yo, this shit. What we should do? We should make this a running theme. We gonna get into that plot conversation later on.
Yeah, man. And just like the fucking Lance Archer shit. This is a running joke. Yes. Next pod, we're gonna get into that plot conversation. Tune in tomorrow. We have some really good conversations within the context of race. What's going on right now? I think we'll be back. Obviously, we'll be back tomorrow with more. But I think we're good.
This is a really good show. This is a really good show.
Got some clips. But
yeah, that was a really good show. I was trying to take it easy on that chair, nigga, but
listen,
fuck that nigga.
With all that being said,
fuck that chair, baby.
Fuck that. Okay, I can't even say that because that's gonna come off weird. But with all that being said, everything is about race, but everything should be about love first, and that's why I always preach elevation of the human consciousness. Racism comes across, I'm not saying it is, but it comes across like true racism and hate come across to me as like a mental illness, because we are all born here unwillingly, for all we know, come to this earth to live a life of prosperity. And I genuinely believe that if you're out here judging people and hating on people willingly, it is something that's wrong, and we should choose love always. We should try to choose love always, because people are just trying to live their best lives. And if living your best lives includes hating people, then there's a problem with you. So like I always say, all is love. Everything is everything. And we'll be back here tomorrow to talk more about everything that matters. I'm your host, Chidi Bang, CT Chidi Bang. That is my tag team partner, Chris. Joint roller ISO with himself, Chris the Most High. We'll be back tomorrow. Deuces. If you made it this far, you are a real one. Thank you. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more daily content from your boys from Everything Is.